This is the TTOO 1-month overview reading for September 2022. That's T2 Biosystems Inc. It's currently 12 cents. And it's September 1st, 2022, 11:05 p.m. So the overall theme and behavior, we have a reversal here, at least one reversal that'll stand out on a one month chart, and it's crossed with a failed attempt to break through a key resistance level that we expect to break through, followed by a decline through key support level. Behavior around the high, we have a breakout moving into the high. The high and the low for the month are within close proximity to each other. And then the behavior around the low, we have a rally out of the low that increases with momentum as we move forward out of the low. Sneak preview behavior, there's a cash-in opportunity, and it looks like a big move in the following month. Although we do have a relatively big move early on this month as well. So let's get into it. On the first, 3 crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level. We have a swing trade opportunity. We have a swing trade opportunity involving some bullish price swings, and there's one local high. So on a one-day chart for the first, there should be one prominent high that forms after we have a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance, meeting a secondary resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two. On the second, we have a notable decline. So being that it's the first, my sense is that towards the end of the day on the second is probably a good opportunity to open up a long position for a good swing trade this month. But there's a notable decline on the second, and a swing trade opportunity involving sideways rotation along a support level, a key support level on a one-day chart. And that sideways rotation, it'll be equal amounts of bulls and bears, inflow and outflow. We have off on the 5th. Looks like we likely have a notable gap up and or a big move to the upside on the 6th. Failed attempt to break our first correlation to the disappointment card. So we have a big move to the upside. We push the upper end of a range, but we have a failed attempt to break through key resistance on a 1-month chart. We break down through a key support there. There's what appears to be there's a possibility of a trough here, like a minor trough for the month. Not necessarily the low, but maybe a minor trough on the 7th, and we have a move we have a move upwards through a resistance level. We stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through that same price level. There's one local low for the day on the 7th. It involves a U-shaped dip within a period that forms between 2 perpendicular diagonal trend lines. On the 8th, we have the completion of a rally, so we should see a move higher out of a trough on the 7th into the end of a rally higher on the 8th. A swing trade opportunity in the midst of some bullish price swings. And then another minor trough on the 9th. It looks like we have some sideways S formation, so not necessarily between horizontal support and resistance. Occasionally, if we're really bearish or really bullish, it'll be like slanted, but it's a sideways S. So we have a decline, an incline, and a decline, and they meet like the same support and resistance. So we decline from that price level down to support, turn around and go back to that price level as a resistance, turn down, turn back around and go to support. So sideways S formation, 2 declines with an incline in the middle. There's one swing trade opportunity on the 9th. There's one swing trade opportunity on 9th involving a decline through multiple support levels on a one-day chart. It's interesting that TTO, I have the completion of a bullish trend for TTO and on the 8th, and I also have the completion of a bullish trend for the S&P 500 on the 8th. The same card. That's very interesting to me. Okay. It looks like we may have a crest as well, like a month, like a prominent crest for the month somewhere around like the 9th or 12th. It's a little blurry in here, but between like the 7th and the 12th, we should see like a minor trough, prominent trough, prominent crest, prominent trough, prominent crest. There's like the possibility of a high on the 9th as well, possibility of a high on the 12th. So a little bit going on here, guys. It's a little unclear, but with that said, we don't always see everything. When you utilize this information in tandem with technical analysis, you really get an edge in my experience. All right, so on the 12th, possibility of end of the day having a crest or high for the month. We have a move higher through resistance. We stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through that same price level shortly thereafter. There's some spoken advice that comes out here. It may not be advice that's like easy to follow, but it should be followed. And there's one local low on the 12th. On a one-day chart, we should see one prominent low that stands out. On the 13th, we have a rally that breaks down, a rally along a diagonal trend line that breaks down through that trend line after a fast sudden move to the upside. And as we break down, there's increasing volatility moving into the end of the day. There's also a correlation, our first correlation there, to a reversal of some kind on a one-month chart. So there's likely it looks like we probably, on the S&P, we fall from like the end of the week, the 7th, 8th, 9th, we fall somewhere around there into like we fall off of like a crest there into a decline on like the 12th and 13th. We should be in like a trough probably. That's on the S&P, so this could possibly shed some light on the situation here. But we have on the 13th that breakdown through a rally that breaks down, finishing with a fast sudden move to the upside, and then sideways, increasing volatility as we move forward into the day. On the 14th, sideways rotation along a key support level on a one chart. We rotate sideways, rise to meet the closest resistance, basically like tap it, and then we come back down and we continue rotating along that key support level. There's a swing trade opportunity that involves sideways rotation along this key support level on a one-day chart, and that's equal amounts of bulls and bears, inflow and outflow. On the 15th, we break down through a key support level, meet a secondary support level, and then we rotate sideways along that support. I'm also advised to open up some protection here around the 14th. Interesting. Looks like we have a month's high or a very prominent crest on the 16th. This is one of the places, either like the 9th or the 16th is most likely the high. After falling from one on the 1st. But in any case, on the 16th, most likely the month's high here, and we have a swing trade opportunity involving bumping up along sideways along resistance. On the 6th, and that's on a one-day chart. On the 16th, we have sideways rotation that continues from the 15th into the 16th, and that sideways rotation ends with a fast sudden move to the upside. That sideways rotation along a one-month support on a one-month chart. And it looks like there's a big move over the weekend, likely to the downside here. Big move over the weekend. Yeah, big move over the weekend, it looks like. We revisit a opportunity in the midst of a period of sideways rotation on the 19th. There's a sudden dip, and we revisit a recent past opportunity at a key support level on a one-month chart. There's also our second correlation here to a major reversal on a one-month chart, as correlated to the fortune card. There's also a swing trade opportunity involving sideways rotation along a key support level on a one-day chart. On the 20th, we have a move higher out of a decline all the way from the bottom of a range to the top of a range. There's a big move in price here towards the end of the day on the 20th, or maybe on the 21st, but probably more towards the end of the day on the 20th. effect. It probably continues to like the 20th, 22nd. In any case, on the 21st, we have a period of volatility that ends with a fast sudden move to the upside. On the 22nd, we have multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance, a swing trade opportunity involving breakdown through multiple support levels on a one-day chart. On the 23rd, we have a local high involving a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance, meaning secondary resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. We may have a month's low. This is most likely a month's low here, between like the 22nd and the 23rd somewhere. Very likely a month's low. But there's a lot of price movement going on here, so we could have like some wild swings here, some really wild swings. It's possible, and see like another like prominent crest as well in here. And that's what's going on here around the 9th, is we got some swings going on, is very likely. The 9th and the 12th, that's why it's hard to read. Alright, so a male leader is highlighted around the 23rd, ruler of nations possibly, or a male leader holding like a authoritative position for the company. There's one local high, like I said, forming along the diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance, meaning secondary resistance, and pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. And then the swing trade opportunity on the 23rd involves bullish price swings, not sideways. And looks like we probably are higher from either the low on the late on the 22nd or early on the 23rd. We end higher on the 23rd, and then we probably have a notable move to the downside here on the 26th. Either that or from, over the weekend into the 26th. Either that or we have a notable decline from a crest on the 26th. And there's a notable move to the downside and revisit past problems. So likely we hit another prominent low there towards the end of the day or early on the 27th. On the 27th, we have another correlation to a failed attempt to break through key resistance on a 1-month chart, followed by a decline through key support on a 1-month chart. And we have an important bottom here around the 26th, 27th here as well. Important bottom. On the 28th, we also have a correlation to another major reversal on a 1-month chart. We have a move to the upside, a notable prominent move to the upside on a 1-month chart. It'll stand out, but it's a full retracement of that move to the upside. So like a big move higher and then another move lower that cancels that move higher out completely. On the 29th, we have 2 local highs and we have a local low. So on a 1-day chart for the 29th, we should see in the midst of a key resistance level that's highlighted, and some like a lull in volume and volatility around that key resistance on a 1-month chart. We should see 2 highs, one involving that key resistance, the other one involving a big move to reach it. And that move to reach it on a 1-day chart, it'll stand out. We'll come out of oversold territory, or we'll fill a previous gap down. On the 30th, we're bound by a range on a 1-month chart, and there's also correlation to another prominent reversal on a 1-month chart there for the 30th. Sneak preview card for the following month. Looks like there's a couple juicy trades in there. There's a lot of price movement. It looks like towards the end of the month, especially and there's a lot of money to be made. There's a key, like a cash out opportunity there, or a trade to open and close. But we'll have to take a look at the 1 year that I'm doing next. In any case, that's TTOO for September 2022. Guys, let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Most importantly, remember that rule of karma, my friends. When you make money from this reading, take a little bit of that profit and pay it forward. Keep the flow going. Help somebody else get some karma chips in that bank. Stack them. And then take a little bit of that profit and send it back out of gratitude for all the free work we're doing here. It takes a lot of effort, guys, a lifetime of trials and tribulations to bring this to you. So much appreciated for that, guys. With the rest of it, make sure, as always, whatever you do with it, do it out of love. The universe is going to send it back to you tenfold in all directions, my friends. I'll see you on the next one.